This will make a fine paint.
Go a little bit.
Guys, we got a little problem over here.
Cool. Go take care of it.
Alone? That wasn't part of the deal.
Do some side quests. I missed some stuff.
To show you what I can really do.
If I only had a guild for every time you said that.
Secret dungeons and stuff. So I just finished my second playthrough.
The hunt is on.
I can handle this all by myself.
Really smart. And
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
finish game.
This sounds like you're having
Saved
fun.
over my finish game, and so I technically had to beat the game to get to this point. I just finished that not long ago. I mean, it was really not long ago. And while I know that there's definitely some areas where I could go and earn some great experience and stuff like that, right now I'm just kind of enjoying some of the content that I missed on the first go around because I didn't know it existed. But since I beat the game and learned some stuff, watched some other YouTube channels, some Twitch channels, things like that on, you know, where you could go to do this, that, and the other, how to get into those extra secret dungeons, and I finally know. You just have to have beaten all the dungeons in a playthrough, and then when you go to the new game plus and load in, you call Umbra. Umbra takes you out and about to the past, and when you're in the past, you just
Everything in order?
you can go to the hunter's camp up near the Vesper Pool. I can't remember what that place is called. And when you get there, you talk to an old lady in a chair, and she gives you the key to all those seals. Really to the 8 seals in those 8 different dungeons. There's definitely still some stuff that I don't know. Such as how you get the Regalia type F, I believe it's called, flying Regalia. And I think there's a dungeon that you can only get to using that too. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but it's on the agenda for some point. Maybe not right now, or even today. But definitely at some point it'll be on the agenda for something that we're gonna want to do. Pretty sure we have mob charms on right now. I'm gonna leave my moogle charms on until max out levels. I'm at 120 now. It was maxed out.
Hey, check that out. The Empire is everywhere now.
Take a closer look.
So it looks like I'll be able to go attack that base here after a while. Let's see. So the place I'm heading to right now is apparently one where I hunt some stuff real quick for this old man, and then he makes some weapons for you. one of the quests that I missed the first go around, due to the fact that I believe it's only available after you complete the game. And really, my first go around, I don't even think I called Umbra one time. Holy hell,
What?
that is huge.
1 minute it's pouring, the next it's over.
Sudden weather changes. Think we'll see a rainbow?
O-U-G thing.
Anybody up
Humongous.
for a light workout?
Hey, look who's talking now.
I'm up for it if you guys are.
How do you even fight something this big? I think I already know. Get back! Let's go, fellas. Oh yeah.
Ready! Ice forward.
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, that's that.
This is the material we need.
Randolph's Material of Legends. TM.
Holy cow.
Oh.
That thing is huge. I knew it was big last time that I ran into it, but that even looks bigger than I remember it being. Good grief. Alright, gonna continue on, do some other quests. Not gonna fast travel.
Everything in order?
Yep.
I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy 15, kind of like I thought I would. You know, I've been waiting for this game since it was announced as Versus 13, so long ago now. Was it 10 years? I've kind of been waiting on it. It's more than I thought it would be in some ways, and also less in others. I definitely have enjoyed the game, and the story is very rich.
We need to replenish our supply of curatives.
You know, its
Gotcha.
open world aspect has a lot to be desired, I guess you would say. Because it's got so much that's just not up to par with other open world games, you know. Granted, I don't expect it to be Skyrim or anything like that by any means. The random items placed all around and stuff at a pretty good rate appearing, but they're very consistent. They always appear in the same place every day. It's roughly, what, every hour game time? So, not that you could, but theoretically, if you could, travel the entire world and pick up every single item placed on the ground.
Say your prayers.
Single hour.
Thing I need now. Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
Fight bubble. See, in that right there,
Is anybody out there?
understand the
definitely had
need
something.
to have the little fight bubble because
You
of the
saved
way
me.
Final Fantasy
Thank
normally
you.
does things. You know, you have to be able to run
That
from a
couldn't have gone any
fight
better.
and things like that. But I mean, come on. Like, I'm literally still engaged with an enemy,
Rock and
and
roll.
then it's outside of its own fight area, technically still engaged with me. I mean, it's still fighting me too. But if I warp out and attack it or anything like that, all of a sudden, you know, the battle's over.
You're such a nerd.
I think that's kind of something that could have been improved on. You know, if I'm still attacking something, it shouldn't end the battle on me. Personally, I think if I'm still after something and attacking something actively, it should keep that fight going. And really, I think what they could have done instead of like a single area fight bubble like what they have right now, where, you know, you get in a fight here and then the bubble appears in this area and doesn't move, is they could have the fight area surrounding the creatures.
Say your prayers.
Instead. And if it was surrounding the creatures instead, it would be more realistic anyway. Because, I mean, just because you can't see a creature anymore doesn't mean the fight's over with said creature. You know, if it's behind you or anything like that, it doesn't mean the fight's over. But if you get all the way away from it, like away from its range of senses or something, then it stops aggroing you. You know. But if it's still right on you, it's still following you pretty hard, it should still be fighting you. Granted, I think part of the reason that they did it the way that they did do it has to do with the fact that you have, you know, Ignis and Gladio and Prompto with you, so they have to try to make it to where, you know, if you get out of the fight's over, even if your friends are still close. But
right.
I think they could have still kept that and had it to where you actually had to get away from an enemy. Like, you couldn't be out of a fight with an enemy right next to it like you were, or like I was just a little bit ago. It added a little bit more realism, I guess. Granted, the mix of realism versus fantasy in this one is kind of funny.
And here's another one of those sealed doors.
Because there's the whole, you know, magic and bringing stuff back to life and yada yada yada. And at the same time, there's also the whole, you know, my father's dead and he's actually dead. You know, I'm sure that has to do with you can only bring people back to life within a certain amount of
Let's
time.
hit it.
You know, with a revive item or whatever. That's just,
right.
That's more me guessing than knowing for sure that that's, you know, the kind of thing that it's doing. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that could have been done a little bit differently that would have improved the game.
Sorry! Gotcha! Watch yourself!
You know, in some areas where they have the, you know, you can't actually escape this battle. Instead of having like a little circle or whatever, they just made the whole area the battlefield. No matter how far you get, you're still in battle. Like that kind of thing, I don't know, it just seems rushed. And you know, I'm sure with a game that was 10 years going and had so many ups and downs and a change in development, you know, structure and everything else during game creation, some things were definitely a little bit rushed.
Don't be late.
Things like that are kind of things that are supposed to be a elite strike, and I don't think he did.
Gotta love it. It's time. Fight more, devils.
And these little secret dungeons don't even have maps. They're extremely predictable, like everywhere you go there's gonna be a fight. It's pretty much 100% guaranteed. There's gonna be a fight in each one of these little rooms, and it's just a tunnel to another room. I mean, it's not like you could really get lost. At some point, I think the last one I was in had a split or something, where you had like a choice of 2 directions to go. So like at that point you potentially get lost. Basically, when you continue going down, you'll be going in the right direction.
No one, Mr. Nice Guy. Any problems? Don't worry about
it. Back to it.
So even if you get turned around and fight, you can still kind of go the right way. See, like right here, I'm pretty sure I've got
Enough talk. Time for some action.
And I feel like, you know, the fact that I'm fighting level 30 something, I'm a level 102.
Be nice to brighten things up in here.
But I'm still struggling to kill something quickly that's less than a third of my level. Like if I came up against a level 100 and something, I would be fucking down in one hit. But because it's the enemies, somehow they're able to withstand, you know, a ridiculous amount of level difference. Like it's not even a big deal. I don't think that's quite right.
Accident. What? Apologies.
No offense, but if I'm 3 times the power level you are, destroying you shouldn't be that hard.
Not a fan of mushy desserts.
Let's make sure we hit that.
Ponto, you're up. Take cover.
yeah!
I don't know, I feel like Square Enix did a good job given the circumstances.
Hey, Prompto!
But I feel like
Stay on your feet!
Let's not get ourselves wet.
You're on fire now!
Just the thing.
Hey, how's it look over there?
I think we might be winning! Pronto!
That goes with this up.
You
were completely useless. Nonetheless,
just a little bit frustrating. Can't really get a lock on them. It basically devolves into no strategy whatsoever. Unless you're in wait mode.
shall we camp here?
Hit the Dominator. It's like the most powerful. These.
We could crash right here.
You can remain awake long enough to eat.
See, it doesn't even have like a map for here. It doesn't even know where you're at. Stellar job on making the food look real though. Things that they should have spent some time on. I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool. My characters are eating food that looks realistic.
Roughed up pretty good there. You're lucky to survive that.
Yeah, well, with Prompto busy with the camera. Isn't this Kentiana?
Yeah, she was here, huh?
She was?
The photo would suggest so.
I guess. Memory must be playing tricks.
Also, if you play on easy, you get Carbuncle, which Regis made to protect Noct.
What's the forecast?
Clear skies, with the temperature rising.
Nice.
I want to know how he knows what the forecast is underground. This is also kind of frustrating here. Even had these guys not been weak to
Right. Nothing.
so I just cast,
Say your prayers.
it would have probably done max damage just because of the potency and stuff.
Nothing to it.
All in a day's work.
And I know you can, you know, make spells and stuff that break the damage limit, just like every Final Fantasy ever. Kill stuff that's super powerful.
My hair slipped.
But at the same time, like, you have to have just the right items to combine to make like flare and stuff so that you can break it.
Here goes nothing!
I'm not sure what I would get from breaking pudding either. And things like the cactar.
I don't know what hit him. My hero.
Potentially consider a mascot. It drops like mega potions. Mega elixirs when you beat it instead of
Onward. Yep.
like a cactar needle very often. I think I've gotten like a total of 2 cactar needles ever. Granted, it might be one of those, if you break it when you're a lower level, you're more likely to break it as a lower level type deals. And then get cactar needles. Slime is honestly.
Perhaps you should have taken up fencing. Nothing to it.
I mean, it's cool that your own spells can hit you now too. But like, battle's over, guys. It's not actually hurting you anymore. Let's move.
Not a fan of mushy desserts.
Marshmallow. That's totally not breaking the wall.
embarrassing.
Dessert.
I know.
Final Fantasy would never. Fan service. They break the fourth wall so much in this game. Oh, snap.
Smell that fresh air.
What the heck just happened? Did I just fall through the map? I think I did. Just fell through the map. There I go. There I go. Since I'm falling, I can't even like return. Look, the map is disappearing now. Falling through the earth. Thinks I'm outside. Which I'm not. It knows I'm in this dungeon. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. I wish there was a way to be like, hey, just fell through the map, man. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I'll see you all later. See you all some other time. Golly, stupid.